What's up guys, it's Denodon here, and today we are back in Kinetic Void, where I am doing a video I've been requested a couple of times, and that is to show off how you actually fly a ship in the game. Now, I didn't have any particular ships I wanted to show off, so I went onto the Steam Workshop and I downloaded this one by MD Title, which is quite clearly the Ebon Hawk from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which is in my opinion one of the best games ever made, and this ship is one of the best ships. I mean, that moment when you unlock it and you realise you can go wherever you want, that was one of the best moments in video gaming, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get a quick look and just talk about the basic UI at the moment. Now if you look down here, you'll see we've got these bars here. Now this bar here, the yellow one, that is your power. Now basically anything you have that you use on your ship will consume power, and it will recharge from the ship's power plant. So for example, if I start shooting, like from this turret here, you'll see it is using power. However, the power is also recharging, so that's showing that we've got strong enough charge. However, on some ships you will find that goes down, and if that reaches 0, you will not be able to fire or use any abilities until it's replenished. Then you've got this next bar here, which is your ship's hull strength, which is boosted by armor, so that is something to keep an eye on. And then you've got finally this blue or purple bar, depending on how you see it, which is your ship's shield strength, and you want to keep an eye on that. For these icons here, you've got Kinetic Field, which shows whether it's enabled or disabled, which is obviously quite handy to have. You've got this micro warp drive icon, which I'll explain later, that basically allows you to jump between systems. And then you just got this weapon system one, which I don't remember if it does much or not. It didn't seem to the last time I played this game. But yes, I'll tell you now that for movement, it's basically the same things. There's two modes. You can do keyboard or mouse mode. Now, keyboard is pretty simple. You've got WS, A, and D. Like, A will turn you left, D will turn you right, S will pitch you up, and W will pitch you down. Now, you've also got a few others. You've got Q, which will roll you to the left, and you've got E, that will roll you to the right. Now that is your basic flight as you would imagine in any game, but there are a few other controls. If you hold down the left shift and hit A, you will strafe to the left. Only that's basically impossible to see at the moment, but you can see our speeds changed. And if I hold shift D, we start strafing to the right. If we hit space, we start strafing upwards. And if we hit left alt, we start strafing downwards. I'll show them better when we've actually got something to scale our distance on. But anyway, I'm just going to say, the next movement you want to know is the throttle, of course, which is R and F, and that is what this bar in the middle is for. It'll show you what your speed is. Holding down R will take you to the maximum speed that the ship is capable of going. Likewise, holding down F will take it down to the maximum reverse speed possible, as you can see. Now you can quickly switch between the two by holding left shift, and pressing shift R will get to maximum throttle instantly, and hitting shift F will cut the throttle without going into reverse. So that's quite handy to know when, positioning your ship for docking or mining or whatever. Now you've got a few others like shift T, which I've just done here, will get you into micro warp drive, which is basically just jumping to anywhere. However, as I've just done there, you can press it again to drop out. It is not really used that much for that side of things, because there's no real point to using it when you've not got a target. So we're going to pick ourselves a target for now. So let's just say we want to go to this station here. So we've clicked on it, and then we're going to right click, and you can either align to, which will change the ship to point in its direction as it is now. And then once it's aligned, you can press this button again, you can go warp and choose a distance. Usually I just go warp to 10 because that'll get you the closest possible. You will get a brief charge up and then your ship will jump. Notice that the micro warp drive icon turns red. When it's red, you cannot jump until it turns green again. There's a little bit of a cooldown, so for example I can't jump now until that replenishes. But anyway, we're going to continue approaching this station. And I can show off another mode, which I mentioned, which is mouse mode. So if I press V, I am now flying the ship with the mouse cursor. Now this is basically how anyone who's played old games like Freelancer would know how to fly. Basically, the angle you move the mouse is the direction your ship will fly in, and it's pretty obvious. If you click with the mouse buttons, you will shoot. This ship doesn't have a gun that can shoot forward, so nothing's going to happen. However, if we can switch out of this, we press V again, we can then press X. In this mode, that enables manual firing. So you can see we've got the cursor, but we're still flying the ship with the keyboard. So this allows you to shoot wherever you move the cursor, so that's kind of handy. But, you know, if you wanted to actually shoot at something, generally what you'd want to do is click on a target and press C to target it. But here's a friendly, so we're going to cancel that by closing that. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is show you how you actually get into docking. So we're getting pretty close here, so I'm actually going to turn off the kinetic field. So if I hit T, you will see we speed up, because, you know, without that on, we speed up a little bit. And I can actually hit Shift F now, and you will notice that even though we've got no power, the ship continues in the same direction. Basically, having the kinetic field turned on means that your ship is not in Newtonian flight, rather. Turning it off means it is. So if we pitch our ship, you will see that we're still traveling in the same direction unless we fire our engines somewhere else. So let's hit T again, so that'll stabilize us. We've got the docking request with make it so, but I'm just going to show you here that the strafing does actually work. So you can see, yep, space, we're moving up, alt, we're moving down, and then of course you got the side to side strafes. So yeah, they do work. And then yes, of course, you can hit the dock and you'll dock. But that was just a quick introduction basically to the basic flight controls. Like I said, they don't really change all that much, so that is something. And yes, if you want to turn off all this HUD, you can press H and it will disappear, which is quite nice in my opinion. It makes things a bit prettier in my opinion. But, you know, maybe you don't want it pretty, maybe you want to do something, so, you know, it's entirely up to you, as always. But anyway, I'm Denodon, this is Kinetic Void, safe landings.